Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Observer's Everyman crossword. Sorry, I was going to say the Guardian then. The Observer's Everyman crossword, which is being published, as you can see, on the 31st of August. And as you can see, it's part of a competition. So I will not be publishing this until probably a week's time, which is what, the 7th of September. And I'm going to... there's not a lot more to say really. The clock's ticking up towards 3 minutes. I've probably got to change the settings again. But other than that, I'm going to crack on. So just check the settings. I'll skip over full letters, it's gone. So yeah, just shy of 3 minutes. Right, one across. Camus lost in sad on reflection. Arabian metropolis. Feels like an anagram of Camus in sad, which I don't know what an Arabian metropolis would be off the top of my head. Where students learn waters of Oxbridge matter. Where students learn is campus, I suppose. Cam, River Cam, Oxbridge Cam, Pus matters. Not sure about that. Committee intended to sustain every man's gripe. Committee intend to sustain. No. Saunder's Resort, Bahamian Port is Nassau. Goes ahead, act like church roof thief, something on the tiles. The tile. Licking lead. Lead. The lead. Something the lead, I think, isn't it? Take the lead. Take the lead. Acts. Goes ahead. Takes the lead. Takes the lead, I think. Takes the lead. There we are. I don't know, that's going to be a rhyming pair. As means of connection, how we refer Pan. How we hear Pan refer to self-nemesis. Blimey. As means of connection makes me think of tie. How we hear Pan refer to self. How we hear... I don't know. Circle back, finding somewhere to swim. Is that going to be a Lido? Circle. Back. Finding somewhere to swim. Pool, loop, yeah, pool and loop, I think. So scram. I'm good at ums. It doesn't go some. So I guess. Scram. Mush. Not sure about that. Unexpectedly not finishing. Skate and beef hearty meal. Not finishing skate, beef, hearty meal, probably going to be A. Urgent prerequisite characteristic of couple trousers. Takes the lead, takes the lead. Something like iron, pressing, urgent, pressing matter, I suppose. Pressing, urgent prerequisite, urgent need. Takes the lead, pressing need, I think. Primarily Eeyore, okay, that's primarily done. I've one floor, portions of spinach, arliss stew issue. Achilles, Achilles. I have one floor, Achilles. Hidden word, conclusion, effing and blinding always. Conclusion is end. It's a blanky thing there. I don't know if that's saying effing and blinding always. Something end. Or is it ever for always? Or AY? Not sure. I see you go with curtailed sound of explosion. With a bang? No. I see you go with curtailed sound of explosion. I see you go. Something a ban. Curtailed sound of explosion is a ban, isn't it? A bang. Ban. Let's look at this one. Oil company saving skin in masterclass. Oil company BP. Esso. A lesson, yeah, that's a lesson, isn't it? A lesson without taking out the O. A lesson without the L and the N, I think. Boom. PEEKABOO. I see you. PEEKABOO. curtailed, go, peak. If that's PEEKABOO, let's have a look. This is a niche. Sean Connery's female relative declared obscure. Niche. I think that is niche with a bad Scottish accent. I think. Yeah, it must be. Can't be niece, can it? Because of that. So I think that's going to be PEEKABOO. That's a K. What have we got here? Member of Bewitched. Broomstick. No. Asterisk. Okay. Good old Bewitched. He doesn't love them. Lout throws up, repelling wife. Slob. Blows. Throws up, repelling wife. So take a W out of bowls. Throws. Bowls. Yeah, I think so. I think bowls and throws works. Right, let's go back to the downs. I haven't properly started. Oh, got another. Ugh. Now, go to the downs now. Right. What Clipper may do in Marina. Clipper, hair cutter. It's like there ought to be a hidden word or something, but it isn't. You'd like to perform this, say no more. Dried fruit and mixed nuts, alas, is sultana, or sultanas. Connect some scattergut and items is to unite, hidden word. Humiliate American MAGA enthusiasts. I want to put a maze there, can't be right. AGAEN. Humiliate American MAGA. Humiliate is to. Maybe that's not a campus. Let's start it off for a second. AE. Yeah, humiliate is to US. Was it A for American? A base. I think that's a base, isn't it? So that can be a campus. A base, maybe. Oh, can't type. There we are. Right, let's look at this down. Ignored brown bread. Looked over. Something over. Ignored is. What have we done there? That's annoying. Is that still on screen? Yes. Thankfully. I think that's an over in there, but I can't think what goes in before. Ignore. Brown bread is toasted. Something over. Brassed over. Oh, gosh. Stop it. This annoying thing that keeps on coming down from the top. Right. There. They are there, each being this. Mollycoddled. That's definitely a sow, isn't it? Saunas, yep. Ignored brown bread would be. I'll say glossed over. Can't be glossed over. Right, let's go on from there. Just go to the next one. There. Tarry lad clutching Scottish flower. So the Scottish flower will be a river. River Dee, Tweed, Twee, Ed, Tarry. I don't know what tarry means really. The D, the Don, lad. I think it's probably the Don, but I can't think what. Like a suit. Suit or sweet. As a seemingly deranged, rambling elegy, regularly rebuffed good egg. So there's a Y for regularly, E-E-Y. Something eyed, wide-eyed. Rambling elegy, regularly rebuffed. I think this is an anagram of elegy, good egg. I'm not sure at the moment. Cut down to size and kick out of bed. Cut cut down to size, kick out of bed, not sure, not sure. This one, produce number, but don't listen to her song. Siren, okay. So the siren song, fair enough. Is that all the downs? I think that's all the downs, isn't it? So Camus lost in sad on reflection. Looks like there's an anagram there somewhere. Arabian metropolis. Arabian metropolis, should I say? Sad on reflection is DAS. Albert Camus, I think, is lost in sad on reflection. Damascus, there are. Damascus is the location I was looking for. What Clipper may do in Marina. No feel for that one. Committee intended to sustain Everyman's gripe. Intend is to mean Everyman's gripe. No idea. You'd like to perform this, say no more. Where students learn, Waters of Oxbridge matter. Is that just passed over? Past, ignored is passed over. Brown bread, dead. Oh yeah, brown bread is dead in Cockney rhyming slang, isn't it? So that's an S, I think, for campus. They're there, each being this. They are there, each being this. Each would be EA or per. Squad. Born. Waters of Oxbridge is Cam, River Cam. Matter is pus. Is it? I don't get that. Don't really understand that one fully. Pus, P-U-S, for matter. In fact, I was saying it would be a better way of looking at it. Tarry lad, clutching Scottish flower. Lad is a son, so it's the T, tay, stay on now. Stay on, son with a tay in it, River Tay. Unexpectedly not finishing. Skate and beef hearty meal. Well, we got 4, 5. Looks like it will be an anagram of not no. I'll drop this down, I not no skate, and that's the right number of letters. Not no skate. Get rid of the S, the E, and the N, or an N, and probably an A at the start. A. Is it? A tone. There's going to be an O. I've only got 2 O's now. Well, it's just no skate beef. Yeah, maybe that's better anagram than no skate beef. Let's try that. Or no skate beef. Oh, maybe that's too many letters. A fine I don't know. Cut down to size and kick out of bed. Can't think of that one. This one as means of connection. How we hear pan refer to self nemesis. 3 there, and you and I, we and I, that is self, my, I. Let's not look at the eyed one. Similarly deranged, so boggle-eyed. Okay, boggle-eyed, good egg. Goggle-eyed, good. I think that's an anagram of good egg, isn't it? Somehow. I'm really not in the mood to actually work out the exact anagram, so which I should be bothered to. G for good. Let's take it out. G, egg. At least that. So okay, good. Actually, there's an O missing there. If that's the case. Elegy. Elegy required is EY. So take up that. I've got an L. Googly-eyed. Is it googly-eyed? Try again. Can't be Google-eyed. Flipping heck. Right, we've got good. There. We've got elegy regularly is EEY, I think. Egg. Gooey-eyed, googe-eyed. Must be pressing need. Got 2 G's. Goggle-eyed. Goggle-eyed now. Goggle-eyed, I think. I'm going to do it again. Yes, I'm going to try again. I'm missing an O now. So good. Only 3 G's in theory. 3 G's and 2 O's. Unless LG. Oh, maybe LG's that part. LG. And then good. I haven't really got the patience today. That must be end. End. Conclusion, ending. Effing and blinding. Always. Always ending with an ing, I think. I think that's what it's saying. Like a suit. That's a piece, isn't it? 3-piece. Like a suit, like a suite, yeah. 3-piece suite. Part of the thingy. As a means of connection, how we hear Pan refer to himself as a means. Can't think of that. So, scram. Ergo. Go, yeah. Fair enough. There's my good old. That again. I think that's goggle-eyed. But I can't quite. I'm going to have to mess around when I've finished the bit. What's this? As a means of connection. Can it be an O there, can't it really? Hook and I. Yep. Hook and I. Pan, oh, Peter Pan, not Pan, the god of the wilderness or whatever it is. Unexpectedly not finishing. Okay, we've got unexpectedly not finishing skate, beef, SKAT, beef is 8. A steak, some kind of steak, isn't it? I think a rump steak. This one cut down to size and kicked out of bed. Kick out of bed. Cut down size. The define. Skate is an anagram of skate. Beef is a beef hearty meal is a something steak. A not finishing. Is it A? Something steak. Steak Diane. Can't we say Diane? Committee intend to sustain every man's gripe. Committee is a intend is to mean. What Clipper may do in Marina. No feel for that one. This one, you'd like to perform this. Say no more. Mime, I guess. Is that just committee as a com? Intend. That was mean. It doesn't really fit, does it? Back over to this one. They are there, each being this. Something like, I suppose that must be. If it's steak, they are there, each being this. I think that has to be campus because it says where students learn and then goes into orthodox, which would be the River Cam. Matter, can't see, but I don't think there's any other word that will go there. It could be camper, but I don't see how that's students learn. Whoa, what have I got? Shoulder. I keep wanting to put shoulders there, like something like squid-like squad. Squad's like square. Takes the lead. I think takes the lead and takes the lead is correct for church roof. I'm not guarantee the steak is right, but if that was like, I could type it correctly. Spid span. I don't know what going there really. E. Sound alike. I think that must be. They are there. Oh, they're there. Yeah, okay, sound alike. I'm going to put campus in there. I don't fully understand it, but I think that has to be. So down to my last four, aren't I? 25 minutes. About normal, really. Unexpectedly not. Is that an anagram? Not finishing. Probably no. So anagram no. Skate and maybe. That'd be A. Yeah, maybe skate. Okay, what about that? A. And then I've got I can't do this in my head anymore. Not finishing is A-no with the and. We've got the A gone, which gives me donned, don steak. A nond steak. It doesn't really work, does it? Cut down the sizes to D. Kick out bed. I don't know where I'm going to get the O from or the A from if it isn't. Steak looks like it right. It has to be right, really. A to fit the S-E-K checkers, and it's a beef hearty meal, I think. So that feels good. A something steak. I really want that to be a rump steak. Stay on, tarry. But I think it has to be lad is son, catching the River Tay. And to be honest, if it was a rump steak, I can't see where I'm getting the rump from. Cut down size, kick out bed, no. Cam compliant, intend to sustain. Committee. Right, I'm going to put the video on pause while I think to myself. I think that's just complain, isn't it? That's almost certainly doc, therefore. What Clipper may do. Doc, yeah, complain. Com is a committee. Plain, intend. Well, a gripe is a complaint. Gripe is complain. Intend to sustain. Plan with an I going in there, right? That's good. So just these two, really. This is just one of these silly anagrams that's hard to kind of figure out from the bits. Cut down to sizes to D. It's not deranged. Decline D. Decline D. Fine D. Design D. I don't know, that is an A, but a Don state. If that was D, Dane's Dings, kick out of bed. So there's some bit of wit there to do with flower beds or something, really, isn't it? But so yeah, right. I'm gonna have another think to myself on these last two. I think that's probably a T-bone steak. I suddenly thought, I started alphabet drawing and put bow at B, and I thought, maybe it's T-bone steak, which would fit for not. I don't understand quite exactly what's going on there. Beef. I'll come back to that, which makes this dabbing, dibbing, debined. Cut down sizes to debone. Kick out of bed. D. D. I mean, not many things can go in there really. Debend, debund. Cut down sizes to D. So it's a D, E, B. Kick out of bed. If it's a T-bone steak, I mean that may be wrong because I haven't quite passed it, but I think that's an anagram of not. Skate. BE for beef. Hearty Meals a T-bone steak. Or unexpectedly, yeah. Debunk. Cut down sizes to debunk, isn't it? They are. I think that's everything done. So I'm going to check through my answers, try and have a think about why some of them are what they are, and then I'm going to submit it and come back. So I'm going to just pause while I do that. Right, I've finally submitted it. You can see I took a good 5 minutes there. I really had to work at figuring out whether goggle-eyed was correctly spelt, and eventually figured out the passing for that one. Right, let's go through the clues as best I can. So one across. We've got an anagram, I think, of Camus, sad. Yeah, just Camus, sad. Okay, actually, yeah, so sad is SAD on reflection. That's the on reflection part. Camus lost is saying it's an anagram of Camus in sad going backwards, which gives you Damascus, which is the Arabian metropolis. And I can't remember which country that's the capital of, Damascus. Not going to try. Right, next up we've got Where Students Learn, which is a campus. The Waterfall Bridge, so the River Cam flows through Cambridge, and Cambridge is part of Oxbridge. Matter as pus, P-U-S. I don't know really. I mean, pus is something that comes out of a wound or whatever, but I don't know if that includes as matter. I can't think what that is, so let me know down in the comments if you do. Next up we've got committee is com, intend is to plan, sustaining everyman is an I, so put an I into that, gives you a gripe, which is to complain, I think that's how that works. Nassau, the capital of the Bahamas, which is why it's Bahamian port, or Bahamian port. Anagram of Nassau, and the classic misdirection of a resort. So a resort is your anagram indicator, not a resort. Right, goes ahead, acts like church. Yeah, goes ahead is takes the lead. You know, you're the first person, you're taking the lead. That's fair enough. Church roofs. There was a period in time where church roofs were having the lead nicked off of them, stolen from them. So if you're acting like a church roof thief, then you are taking the lead. Takes the lead. Takes the lead. Takes the lead is how that works. As a means of connection, well, hook and eye is sort of how you used to button things up. A little hook going around an eye, through an eye, should I say. How we hear Pan, so Peter Pan, this is referring to not the god of the woods, so to speak, referred to self and his nemesis. So yeah, Captain Hook was the nemesis of Peter Pan, so it's hook and eye, and it's a sound like, so how we hear is your sound like indicator. A circle is a loop, going backwards becomes a pool, coming forward, so you find somewhere to swim, which is the pool. So ergo is so, meaning thus and therefore, and so on. Is and scram is go. Right, this one, not sure what's going on here. I'm going to have a little pause while I have a look at this one. Right, it's quite simple, but obviously not that simple, because I'd have understood it if it was. Unexpectedly, I think, is your anagram indicator. We take the word not, and we anagram it with the first 4 letters of skate and the first 3 letters of beef. So neither of those words is finishing. So it's an anagram of SKAT, BEE, and not. As per the things, anagram gives you a T-bone steak, which is a hearty meal. Easier to bung it in than figure it out, I think. Oh, what are we on to next? We're on to... let me just check I'm still on screen, because I get these problems with the thing moving up and down. Right, urgent is pressing, a prerequisite is a need, so an urgent prerequisite is a pressing need, and a characteristic of crumpled trousers. Well, if they've got crumples and creases on them, then they need to be pressed, so they are needing to be pressed. Pressing need, and pressing need rhymes with take the lead, or takes the lead, so that's the rhyming pair. We had complain was the Everyman crossword, and next up we've got the primarily clue, so that's back this week. Primarily, so take the first letters of each of those words, gives you Eeyore, the existential equine youngsters opposite, so Winnie the Pooh character. Right, on to Achilles. Achilles is someone who has a flaw. I have one flaw, which was the Achilles. Portions of is telling you there's a hidden word across spinach. I'll eschew. Right, conclusion is an ending, and now effing and blinding always end in G. They always have a letter G at the end. Ba-boom. Right, this one I can't fully pass. I see you. I don't know if it's an all-in-one or something. I see you. So you know, when you play with children, play with little children, you say, I see you, peekaboo. So that's that bit. Curtailed sound of explosion is a boom without the M on it, so that's curtailed. Where peak comes from, I'm not sure. I'm assuming I have got the right word in there. To peek is to take a look, so I see you. Go, peek. Don't know. Possible I've got the wrong answer, but I don't think so. I think from most of that clue it seems to fit. I see you. Go with a boo. Go. Peek. Not sure about that one. Right, let's have a look. Well, if you clip something, what clip am I doing in a marina? Well, a marina is a dock, harbourside dock place. Clip it. If you clip things, you are cutting them shorter. You're docking them. So that's the double definition-y thing going on there. You'd like to form this. Well, if you wanted to form a mime, then you wouldn't say anything more. Sultanas are dried fruit, that's your definition, and dried sultanas is an anagram of nuts, alas, mixed is your anagram indicator. To connect is to unite, sum is your classic hidden word indicator that across scattergun items is unite. To humiliate is to abase, A for American, and then MAGA enthusiasts are the base. Are known as the base, Trump's base, the MAGA enthusiast. Ignored is passed over. Brown bread is Cockney rhyming slang for dead. Brown bread, dead. And if you're passed over, then you're dead. They're there. Well, they're sound likes, aren't they? And each being this, so sound like. Tarry. I didn't really know what tarry means. It means to stay on, apparently. A lad is a son clutching the Scottish flower. A flower as in a river, not a flower, river. The River Tay up in Scotland. Not many Scottish rivers to learn, or not obvious ones. Dons, Dees, Tays are the main one, and Tweed, saw yesterday. Probably the four main ones, maybe one or two others. Firth, fourth. The fourth would be the one. Right, like a suit and like a suite. So we've got a kind of double definition thing. So yeah. A three-piece suite is like sofas, and you get a three-piece suit, which is a pair of trousers, a jacket, and a waistcoat, I think. Right, okay, seemingly deranged. You look a bit goggle-eyed if you're seemingly deranged. Right, we've got an anagram, as indicated by rambling, I think. Elegy is part of that anagram, and then regularly rebuffed. I'm not sure what the rebuffed is doing, but from the good we need to take the regular letters of O and D, the second and fourth letters, and then egg. Regularly rebuffed, good egg. I'm not quite sure what the rebuffed is doing there, unless seemingly deranged. Maybe rambling goes with that. Anyway, we've got an anagram of elegy, OD, and egg to get to goggle-eyed, and somewhere in there there's an anagram indicator, which I think is rambling, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, what have we got here? We've got cut down to size. Well, if you cut something down to size, if you debunk something, then you're saying, well, that's rubbish. So you're cutting someone down to size. And if you get kicked out of bed, well, a bunk is a type of bed, so therefore you're being debunked. Member of Bewitched. Well, there's an asterisk in there, isn't there? So that's the answer. Nothing to do with the lovely Irish girls who sang whatever their songs were now. Produce number. To produce, okay, produce, if you sire children, then you're producing children. N for number gives you a siren, which is, you don't listen to the siren song. Can't remember which Greek mythology that was about, but he got lashed to the sirens would lure people onto the rocks with their songs. Sean Connery's telling us there's a Scottish accent involved here. So for your female relative, his niece becomes his niche, and declared obscure. Well, obscure, that's a niche pastime you've got there is a bit of an obscure one. Declared is telling you that we need is telling us we need to do that sound likey thing. Right, a lout is a slob. Not sure that's true, but okay, lout is slob, I think, in this one. Throws is bowls, put upwards, but repelling wise to take the W out of bowls. And finally we've got the oil company SO and saving skin in masterclass. Well, masterclass is a lesson, so take the L and the N off of that, save the skin, take those out, gives you SO. So there we go, all done. It's just under 31 minutes for me, and then some messing around trying to understand the clues I didn't understand, so there we go. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.